Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Roadkill Cafe podcast. You kill it, we grill it. You can get one of our famous entrees, flat cat, or one of our awesome raccoons, or you can get a side of bowl of mole. Please say hello to some of my co-chefs. Macy, put it out there.
Hello, I am Macy, and I'll be playing Eldora, the cleric, also known as the one that cleans all the dishes.
Well, now, howdy, partner. Name's Dylan. I'll be serving up your signature dish, Andrak, the reborn fighter.
Hello, my name is Becca, and I don't work here, but I am the health department, and I play Kiriki.
Hey, I'm Kevin. I play Malachi.
And now here's a story about one of the most disliked figures in all of Greek mythology. Power. Power is earned through dedication to a cause. In that regard, Hera has been known as many things and called many names. Her dedication to her craft has also brought wrath with it. Because of that, she has been called vengeful, and has caused some of the most gruesome punishments throughout history. But that was never her true calling. She valued life, happiness, and family. A long time ago, she would travel the world smiling. She would see a young couple's first kiss at their wedding, blessing them. She would oversee the birth of a new child to loving parents. There were a lot of times that she would be there to help guide young ladies into becoming a woman. Unfortunately, as time went on, it seems like the shining sun has set on true happiness in the way that she sees it. She used to be looked at with a smile, and women from all over praised her. However, in these times, she can see the faces of people when her name is called. There is mostly just fear. A man recently caught her ire. He reminded her of her own husband at first. Her husband, Zeus, king of the gods, knew how dedicated she was to her craft. The happiness of women and marriage was her main concern. Nothing could distract her. However, she had a weak spot for animals, especially certain birds. She heard the call for help by a lone bird atop a shipwreck in the middle of the sea. Its boat had capsized, and no humans or monsters were around. She flew with haste to the bird's side. However, when she arrived, Zeus revealed himself to her and presented her with a gift. It was a headdress wreath made of golden branches, golden berries, and it had golden roses on it. He had tried many times before, but this time he finally won her over. Shortly after that, they were married, king and queen of the gods, bound by power, station, immortality, and love. A young man by the name of Florentios traveled across the Aegean Sea, past the Cyclades Islands, from a small town called Antiphilo. He had grand ideas and plans. He was a talented and intelligent ship designer. In his hometown, he designed a ship with a built-in netting system for catching fish. He wanted to bring his ideas to a new country and flourish in wealth and fame. Unfortunately, he did not come over to the new country with much. He did, however, meet a young and beautiful woman named Mariana. She was a teacher who was well known and well regarded. Her kindness and helpful nature was known throughout many families. Any child she taught was given the care and attention that their own mother would give. Luck would have it that he was trying to find a job amongst the fishing boats when she saw him. She heard his accent and knew he was foreign. She heard his words and knew he was educated. She overheard his offerings to fishermen and knew he had potential. She could not pass up the opportunity to help someone in need, so she did. She called to him and waved. And when he turned around is when her life changed. They looked into each other's eyes, and Hera was called to them. Mariana's heart flew with warmth, and Florentios blinked with the sight of such beauty. Mariana helped Florentios get a job and shelter. Shortly after, he moved into her home. Love filled their eyes, their chests, and their hearts. Florentios became the ship designer he wanted to be, and Mariana became with child. Hera oversaw them both and smiled. She knew what they both wanted and guided them to the temple. A great marriage and celebration took place. and 8 months later, they were blessed by a beautiful baby. There were many years of happiness and love between Mariana and Florentios. Their children felt loved, desired, and warmth as a family. Regrettably, like her own marriage, things change. Florentios started traveling for work several years into their marriage. This afforded him more freedom, time away from his family, and opportunities with women who were available for secrets and for hire. He spent much of his money on the flowing wine of the country, the luxurious parties that he was invited to, and the many women who wanted to give attention in exchange for a coin. Hera watched all of this as well. Fire burned in her eyes, but Mariana was not ready to let him go. Mariana funded his trips, stayed with the children, and tried to keep the house a home. For over 20 years she attended his needs, the needs of her children, and the community saw it. A few families prayed to Hera to come and help Mariana. Eventually, Hera could stand by no more. She came to Mariana as an old woman selling roses. She gave her a parallel allegory about how a rose is beautiful, but if the light and happiness leaves it, then it soon becomes shriveled and dead. Then the old woman shriveled the rose and regrew it before giving it to Mariana. The mortal woman stood in shock. She bowed down and told the old woman that she didn't know what to do. She had children to look after and didn't want to be alone. The old woman stayed with her and talked to her. After a few days, Hera departed back to Olympus to speak with her sister, Demeter. Mariana, with a renewed confidence, cleaned the house. It was spotless, organized, clean, and empty of anything that belonged to Florentios. When he came home a week later, he saw his belongings at the end of the path that led to their home. He felt ill and itchy. He gained memories from a beautiful and flexible foreign woman, but he also gained a gift that would keep on giving for the rest of his life. Florentios did not care. He had a business, he had a reputation, he had the money. He called for a cart and went to a tavern with his belongings. The owner greeted him and asked how his wife was. Florentios, angry at her, insulted her and said that she would die alone. He should have paid more attention, though. The owner of that tavern has 8 children. The 5 oldest were taught and cared for by Mariana. The owner immediately had Florentios thrown out of the tavern, and all of the patrons heard the insults. The woman who was once renowned for her kindness was now being insulted by her husband. Many people called for retribution by Zeus, or better yet, Hera, and she was happy to oblige. 4 dock workers that were walking down the dirt road had their ears whispered into. They also knew Mariana, and they were told in detail about this man and what he had done to her, his secrets, his exploration with other women, and his abuse. They repaid him in kind. He was left on the dirt road, beaten and bloody, with his belongings thrown on the road beside him in a small pile. Hera disguised herself as an older man and entered the local state house as a Demosthenes from Athens. These were people known for being professional riders and representing strong people both politically and militaristically. She claimed to represent a political figure with interest in the area and paid a very large sum to the state to have the business of Florentios transferred over to a blind and homeless local. Of course, the state clerk was happy to help. In the meantime, Demeter visited the home of Mariana and planted a garden with her daughter, Persephone, while the mother and children slept. A few weeks later, Florentios walked back to the home of Mariana. He wanted his wife, family, and life back. He walked up the path and saw his former wife in the sun. It was shining down on her, brightening her skin and her smile. She looked so beautiful to him. He just stood there in awe at the sight. She was wrestling gently with 2 of her grandkids, a new baby boy and a baby girl. Their mother, Mariana's daughter, stood nearby. Her and her younger brother were eating nectarines off a newly formed nectarine tree. They were in a blooming garden full of flowers, roses, and he could see grapevines. He had never seen this garden, or one as beautiful as this, ever before. The babies cried for their mother. Her brother and her both took a baby each and went into the home. Mariana, smiling and laughing, followed behind them. As she got to the threshold of the home, Mariana stopped and turned around. In the distance, down the grassy hill, she could see Florentios. She stared for a moment, and then she turned around and shut the door. Hera remembered all of this as she looked down from the throne room of Olympus. It was brightly lit, and gold covered the large and spacious room. It felt cold and dark to her now, though. A short time ago, Hera watched the islands to the west, the Brine Isles. She watched as Zeus snatched the princess away, a young and naive girl with long brown hair and large breasts, by the name of Diamanto. She was angry, but she was also very cautious. That was the daughter of Oceanus, the Titan, and she was very off-limits to Zeus in every way. After Zeus stole the girl, Hera saw Oceanus take his true form while at a dinner with monster creatures. He immediately set off after Zeus, but something strange happened. The waves stopped. Birds stood still. It only lasted for a few seconds, but Oceanus disappeared when it happened. When the waves started flowing again, he did not come back. Oceanus has not been seen since. Hera has let that slip her mind when she speaks to Zeus, coincidentally. It is still a problem, though. Oceanus may not be as strong as Zeus, but his power as a Titan is undeniable still. Hera often checks on his sleeping creature that lays at the bottom of the ocean. She has a slight feeling of fear. Well, most of the time. At the moment, she could only feel anger. She can see Zeus. He doesn't even hide it anymore. He has this girl on an island. This girl that doesn't know any better. This girl that would die if she ever saw his true form. This girl that has fallen for his lies, his deceit, and everything against the sanctity of marriage that he stands for.
Something wrong?
Hecate's voice broke the angered concentration of Hera.
Nothing is wrong with your queen. I don't have the patience for games. What do you want?
Hera said through gritted teeth, not even bothering to look away from her vision.
I have something in the mountains between Delphi and Thebes that I would like you to see. Hello, my name is Becca, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Malachi, what's your perception?
My passive? Yeah. Well, I would like to offer that I could do a perception check, because his entire goal is to pay attention right now.
I would love for you to do a perception check. What is your what is your perception bonus?
It is... Oh, what is my perception bonus? It's only a 1.
Uh-huh.
But...
Uh-huh.
My passive is only 11, so... There's a fairly good chance that this is still better, hopefully. Dice God's willing. Nope, it's a 3. That's so fucked up. Fuck you, dice.
So, let me tell you about what you see.
His attention is so focused on the stone holding guy, he doesn't even pay attention to the door.
Yeah. So, Malachi, unfortunately, you do not see the door slightly open, because even though you are focused on it, there are 2 hydras behind that door. There is a flying woman with eagle wings and eagle talons and these clawed hands. There is a large minotaur who just looks pissed to be alive. There's a beautiful griffin. And then there's also this manticore, a nightmarish creature that you have never seen before. It has the body of a lion, the head of a human, leathery black wings, like the Delphine. And you see a few of the flaming demons around the cage start looking at the cage, but they just kind of go about their business. And one of the large-skinned demons, with the 2 large arms and the 2 smaller ones under it, the one to your right, east of the cage, with kind of the man cage between you and him, it starts slowly walking towards the cage with suspicion. So you think something might be going on there. Maybe you can refocus in on that. The woman with feathery wings grins, though,
And you see that because she's just unnerving. She kind of reminds you of Kiriki. And you see a large number of fangs in her mouth, but she stretches her eagle-like talons and floats away from the door, and then she vanishes from sight. So Kiriki, you think she was looking around because she also is able to do that. But you take note of the large pile of sleeping creatures because there's a lot of them over there. So you kind of look over there, Malachi, beyond the cage to your left, and they do not seem to be waking up. They are just sleeping away. So kind of free and clear there. The winged lion creature with the head, though, the manticore, it does actually walk to the cage door, and it nudges it so that it opens a little bit more. Kiriki, you are feet from this thing, but you see it look around. It doesn't seem to see you, Kiriki, but it flicks its tail, and you see 3 large spikes protrude from its tail. But it doesn't make any immediate moves. It just kind of stands there looking around, ready to pounce. Two of the large gray creatures move suspiciously towards the cage from the north, unable to get really a good view. They look like they are just trying to see what's going on. One of them is the one to the left of the ramp that you can see, and then one of them is from by the pit with the palisade circling it. You guys see the griffin, the muscular bird with the body of a lion and the head and forelegs and wings of an eagle. This beautiful creature, majestic and glorious. It looks around the cage nervously because it's in a cage with hydras and manicore and harpy. And then it makes a mad dash to try to flee out of this cage with the door open. But unfortunately for it, you see the 2 of the heads of the hydra that it passes and the claw of a manticore come up. With 2 bites and a claw, the griffin falls back into the dirt a little bit past you, Kiriki, and you see it slide a bit and stop moving. You can see that it's bleeding a lot. Like those 3 hits were just very hard, and it can't really take hits that well. At this, more movement stirs in the camp, though. You can see they're all kind of getting up and moving towards the cage. The large gray creature nearest you guys, it moves up north a little bit. You see the one that was in the west side of the camp from where you were. It starts dashing towards the cage, getting about 40 feet from it. The gray creature to the south runs up almost to the cage, but staying about 20 feet away. Then you see the 2 smaller arms that glow purple, and this is like going right past you, Malachi, from just south of you. But it glow purple, it glows brighter, and then a black webbing material forms and shoots out, and it grabs the manicore. You see the manicore's 3 spikes just kind of spray wildly in the air as it is captured by this web and dragged to be in front of the great creature, restrained by it. Mechanically. And visibly. That's what I was afraid of with Malachi. Kiriki, you kind of got lucky and these spikes just kind of sprayed randomly, so none of them hit you. The great creature to the north, by the ramp ahead of you guys, behind the cage, and one of the ones to the southwest of the cage, kind of to your left by the abandoned building, or the ruins. They move up to the cage. The one to the south is about 40 feet away, and it looks like its hands are glowing, but it's not actually using its webbing ability. The fire creatures, a lot of them move up to the cage. The minotaur running or roaring in anger runs out of the cage and then headbutts one of the ones that runs up with its horns, and then leans in and just kind of gives a rageful punch to another, wounding both, but not severely. Both of the hydras, they actually move now. So one moves out, looking to attack a fiery creature, but the gray creature to the south that was holding the web, it goes ahead and it loosens it. The web hits the hydra's head and sticks, but another one of the head bites and clips the webbing. All heads then turn to the gray creature to the southwest, to your left there, and they just swiftly move up to that gray creature, but they don't attack yet. The other hydra moves out of the cage, and it's actually right by you now, Kiriki. And at the same time as that, a fire creature just beyond your view had run up. The hydra looks at the fiery creature and wastes no time with all of its heads. 4 of its heads bear down on the creature, 3 attack the body, and 1 goes for the throat. And Kiriki, you can't really see what's going on. You just see the head of the fire creature kind of pop into the air and then the fire goes out, and its head just kind of like splats on the ground and then rolls around a little bit. But that is actually the end of round 1. Kiriki, Malachi, what are y'all doing?
Am I stuck because of the Hydra in front of me?
No, you could get away.
You're still invisible.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm running towards where I left Malachi.
Okay.
Uh,
Malachi, you got
does
a
it-
mana...
Does it seem like the dude with the stone is even reacting to any of this?
Not yet.
Okay, and most of the monsters have gotten out of the cage, right? The only one that's left in there is the Minotaur?
The Minotaurs actually came out also. So the two that were by the campfire, they ran up closer to the cage, and then the Minotaur had run out. He headbutted one with his horns, and then just straight punched the other one.
Okay, so Malachi is going to, not use his banishment spell as he sees this chaos break out in a split second, and I guess he would probably, since he's invisible and he doesn't feel like the threat is on him, he's going to stay there for a moment until Kiriki reconvenes with him.
Oh, already? This guy.
I'm gonna use my full movement this round to get over to Malachi.
Okay. You see, as you're running towards there, the Manticore on the ground, and the gray one kind of wrapping him up.
How far is that from where I'm at?
After or before you get to Malachi?
Is it before I get to Malachi?
No, it's... Well, so as you're... Malachi's roughly 30 feet away. 35 feet. So once you get to Malachi, you'll be 35 feet away. From the cage itself, he was dragged about 60 feet.
Okay. Kiriki is just gonna make it to Malachi. Does that net look like it could be broken?
It does not. It looks like a magical webbing of some kind.
it.
Just this black webbing that you've never seen before.
Okay.
Well, probably not. Do you want a percentile of this shit?
No, Kiriki's gonna run around the corner to where Malachi is and because she can't see him because they're both invisible. So she's gonna put her hand out to see if she could feel for him, because that's where she left him.
I don't know. Where do you, how high's your hand?
Pretty high,
Okay.
head shoulder length.
Oh, you've poked me in the eye. Okay, that's you, right?
Of course.
Well, the little bird thing disappeared too. I just want to make sure I wasn't getting attacked.
The harpy's probably long gone. She's smart enough not to stay.
What's our next plan of action? It looks like they're trying to contain the creatures again.
I don't want to be rude, but 6 seconds.
Kiriki is gonna grab onto his shoulder a tighter grip than necessary, and they are going to teleport back to where the other two are.
All right. I will give you a freebie. The webbing is immune to psychic damage.
Interesting.
So, don't try that. Andrak, how do you feel about seeing all this happen real quick?
I think this was the plan. So
Love
he's just gonna stay hunkered down waiting.
Yeah, well,
All right.
there's two Hydras.
So, let's play some bets here. Hydra. We'll go with Hydra 1, one to the north. Hydra 2, the one to the south in the cage. Minotaur, Griffin. Well, actually, that one's already dead. Harpy and Manticore. Who do y'all think is going to be the victor in this one? Who's
I
getting
firmly
away?
believe the harpy's gonna survive.
Yeah.
Probably the harpy.
I mean, the harpy will be the one to survive probably, but I think the one that's going to do the most here is going to be the North Hydra. The one that's already out of the cage, already killed someone. That's the one I think is
Alright.
going to be
Yeah.
doing the worst here.
Yeah, I'm on agreement with that, and the Hydra that has already come out is going to do a lot of damage.
I believe
Okay. Let's get round 2 underway. By the way, the whole time I was doing this, I was going, round 2, fight! Alright. After you guys teleport away, thanks to Kiriki, the fiery creature near the cage, the one that had the glyph stone, laughs a high-pitched, and you see the cage light up a deep red color. Like Kiriki was correct, some sparks come off the cage and barely touch the nearby Hydra, but it doesn't seem to be bothered. Kiriki, you think if you were still standing near that cage, you would take some casualty of war burn. More of the fiery guys move in. The curious gray guy to the east moves over quickly and tries to web the Hydra that tore apart the fiery creature, but fails. It then jumps up and swings down with 2 claws. You see the Hydra hiss loudly as it takes some kind of bleeding damage, but you guys are on the opposite side of it now. You see the fiery creature that had the stone actually starts lifting up the ground, and you see blood trickle from its shoulder. After a few feet, you see the flying harpy become visible, screeching angrily at him. Hold on.
Now it's time for us to get our own answers.
And she starts to fly away with him. The group still sleeps. One of the fiery creatures outside the couple cage almost seem to reach within themselves and pull out of its stomach a short sword made of fire. It then attacks the Hydra from the side, causing minimal damage. The Manicore tries to break itself out of the webbing, but your instincts tell you that a natural 2 will not cut it. One of the great creatures from the ramp finishes running up to the cage, runs around it, and attacks the Hydra from behind. It does significant damage with a claw and bite attack, and you hear loud shrieking. One of the great creatures from the side of the palisade had run up and tries to grab the Minotaur from behind, and it just barely manages to grapple the Minotaur, and then it bites the Minotaur on the shoulder, causing a large amount of damage. One of the fire creatures from the side of the palisade runs up about 10 feet forward, creates a javelin out of fire, and then throws it. You see it hit the side of the Hydra, but doing minimal damage. The javelin seems to have lost a lot of its form once it left the creature's hands, but the creature keeps a distance. The gray one from by where you guys had been on kind of the west side, the northwest side, it drops on all fours and charges the grappled Minotaur, biting down hard on its leg before bringing its claws up in kind of an uppercut to its face, and you can see the Minotaur bleeding heavily. The great creature that webbed the Manticore steps over the restrained creature and runs up to the Hydra that had rushed the gray-skinned creature to the right, kind of on the southern side of that building, and you see it claw twice and bite down on the Hydra, and then yells in Abyssal. Well, yeah, y'all speak Abyssal. There's 2 of you, Aldora and Malachi. But you hear it yell in Abyssal, fire. One of the fiery creatures outside the couple cage runs up and uses a fiery greatsword pulled from its stomach and slashes the Hydra, doing minimal damage. The creature that the Hydra rushed up to then tries to attack, but misses its bite and claw before it is finally able to slash with one of its claws. The grappled Minotaur makes an attempt to escape, but its grapple fails, so it kicks straight out while roaring, successfully kicking the gray creature that had charged up on all fours. The Hydra fighting 2 gray creatures and a fiery one has some damage to it, but it rears around with 5 heads, attacking all of those around it, but killing no one. 2 fiery creatures from by the ramp run up to the Minotaur and use fiery swords to attack the Minotaur. The Hydra, closest to the cage that had the gray-skinned creature run up and jump assault it, uses its 4 heads to bite at it, doing significant damage to the gray-skinned creature. And that is the end of round 2. You guys are up 100 feet away. Everybody's moving in towards that cage. You do see that the fiery creatures on the north and south side of the ruined building are not moving. The one to the south side of the building, the right of it, as you kind of see it, it is still keeping its eye on the women. The one on the north side, to the left side of the building as you stare at it, is kind of looking back and forth between the fight and the women. And then there's one gray creature to the very far side of the camp, very far away from you guys, hundreds of feet. He is actually not even joining the fight. He's standing his ground, just watching. And then he'll look around still, as if he's looking for intruders. Like, even though there's a big fight going on. Anything you guys want to do at the end of round 2 before we get into round 3?
Do we want to move in closer, or do you guys just want to stay up this way?
Adrak would get noticed, so he wouldn't care unless you guys say you want to move him.
Is the one that hasn't moved towards the fight closer to us?
Are you talking about the one to the right side of the building? Kind of as y'all are staring at it, the one to the south side of it.
The one that you said wasn't moving.
Yeah. I'm
Is
sorry,
that the
so
one
what's...
closest- Is that the one who's closest to us, or no?
Yeah. Not the gray one. The gray one had moved up and is attacking a Hydra. The
Okay.
fiery one is staying there. But those
Okay.
guys were smaller. Like, their average height is between 4 and 5 feet.
You got
And
it.
while they are made of fire, they're not exactly the toughest demons you fought. So you think you could take it out, but if you're vulnerable to fire, don't.
Okay. No, I don't have any plans. If the group's not moving, Kiriki's not moving in. We
Alright.
can wait it out and see what happens.
Alright, round 3. You guys see the harpy carrying away the fiery creature, and it's flowing around, but not able to get away. A fiery javelin flies through the air and misses the Hydra by the cage, but just barely. One of the gray creature bites the neck of the same Hydra, and then it claws its stomach, causing significant damage. The harpy, cackling, flies higher. A couple of fiery creatures slash as a gray creature claws at the Minotaur. You say its body go limp, and its grappler let the body fall to the dirt. So you think the Minotaur is out of the fight. With the caster attacking a Hydra, the Manticore is able to free itself. You see it tear apart the webbing. You see it roll onto its feet and fling its tail. You see 3 spikes stick into a fire creature that was by the cage. They all hit its back, and you see it slump to the ground. The fiery short sword it was holding dissolves into ashes, and its fires go out, turning into a white-skinned, slimy creature. The grappler of the Minotaur looks up and uses its small hands to shoot a web at the harpy. With a good shot, the web gets the harpy's legs, and with its 2 large arms, the gray thing pulls down hard on the web. The fiery creature and the harpy both slam into the ground. The fiery creature's fire goes out and its body bounces, but the harpy just lands hard and starts to get back up, bleeding and breathing heavily. The gray creature that was attacking the Hydra by the cage claws more, biting down the neck of the Hydra and trying to pull one of its 4 heads off. Another fiery javelin from the palisade hits the Hydra's side, and you see his body slump as the head rips off in the mouth of one of that gray creature. One of the Minotaur attackers growls down at the harpy, its red eyes and purple hands glowing. Then it stomps on the head of the harpy very hard, and you see blood splatter in all directions. The creature that originally webbed the Manticore turns to see it and tries to use its web ability, but it fails. So it turns and claws the Hydra once more. The 2 fiery longsword creatures attack the same Hydra, only one of them hits though. The Hydra attacks all around, giving equal rights and equal lefts to the demons. You guys see one of the fire creatures fly out of the group, and its flames go out, seemingly killed by the Hydra. The Manticore flicks its tail, growing 3 more spikes, and then it jumps into the air. It quickly starts flying away to the south at a much faster speed than the harpy. You see the gray one that killed the Minotaur run to the right, past the cage, and to the last Hydra. It slashes at its legs, and you see the Hydra cry out as it limps in place. Another gray creature that was originally fighting the other Hydra runs up, jumps on the Hydra's back, and starts wildly slashing with its claws. After a few claw slashes, you see the Hydra slump to the ground, all of its head slumping over its body as the fire crackles over it from the small creatures nearby. A few gray creatures try to web the Manticore, but it is either too far or they miss. As the combat on the ground settles down, the gray ones make a whistling roar sound, and you see 3 rocks fly out from up the mountain and begin to fly south, pursuing the Manticore, and they all just kind of fly out of your sight range as the Manticore is making some good speed. But you guys see all of the monsters from the cage are either dead or gone. Well, actually, they're all dead, minus the Manticore. It's the only one that's gone. There are some of the fiery creatures that are dead. All of the gray ones are still alive, although some of them look really close to death, and none of them are at full health. They're pretty much all hurt in one way or another. Most of them are hurt pretty bad. What do you want to do?
Well, could have gone better. At least we don't have monsters to deal with now, if they were to try and set them upon us. they're weakened, I guess we could attempt to still make our move and just fight out as long as we could while one of us tries to get the civilians away, but considering how quickly those 5 monsters were dispatched by these things, I don't think we have that good of a chance on our own.
It's really risky. There's still so many of them.
The larger gray-skinned ones seem to be incredibly deadly.
Not to mention, there's still that huge one that's out on the loose. We could try to pick them out one by one, but I don't know how well that would go.
I don't think it'd be on our side.
Oh,
If only we had a way to attack most of them all at once.
Malachi kind of pulls the staff of power off of his back, and he's like, well, this thing can do some pretty aggressive damage, but I'm limited. A lot of them are clustered in a way that this could do something very quickly, but again, I don't know how much use we can get out of it. Plus, I would need to spend some time understanding how to even use it.
I don't really have anything that could help.
They are mostly grouped up now.
Let's see.
This is an abomination.
I mean, watching what just transpired before us, it makes a lot of sense as to how these demons have been able to sweep this land so quickly. I don't even know their forces. I've never seen a force this formidable. It would take dozens, if not even potentially hundreds of people of our caliber to even have a chance of stopping this, if this is one portion of what their army looks like. Not to be pessimistic, but I'm just not sure how we're going to do any of this.
When I think about this place, it's called a breeder camp. You would think that a lot of the fertility gods would be much more angry about this place. Hera in particular.
Once again, I am puzzled by the, I won't say inaction, but the lack of evidence of action from the gods. The way I see it is either these people are all forfeit, or we try and make a very feeble attempt at doing what we can for them. I'm open to suggestions.
If there is fighting at Olympus, that means that the gods are unaware, not unaware, but their focus is there precisely. We need to let them know that it is happening here. They are immortal, powerful beings, but you can get distracted by what's in front of you rather than what's all over.
Eldora is going to pull out the orb, the golden orb.
Mhm.
Do you think this could do anything to help in our situation? It could protect us, well, if I'm right, it could protect us from the enemies. They couldn't enter the area, but do you think, like, we could still harm them?
I do not know. Magic is not my wheelhouse. The enemies are not at full capacity. If we strike quick and strike hard, we might be able to whittle their numbers down in a surprise attack.
Once again, if I have a moment or two to examine this staff and learn how to use it, then we could... I believe it's capable of doing quite a bit of damage to things clustered in an area. I could maintain some distance, use it as much as possible while they're lumped together, and then we can clean up what's left.
I recommend that outcome then.
Yeah.
I will take that time as well then.
Okay. Well, I guess Malachi is going to kind of sit down and try to attune to the Staff of Power then.
Okay. I mean, during that time, they're all going to disperse and go back to where they were. I mean, you had to have known that was going to happen.
Yeah, I did, but I don't suppose there's a nifty little chance that I could have attuned to it before now.
No, because you could have just said it and you didn't. See how that works?
Damn it! I was role-playing, Todd!
Not fast enough.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I think we should still take the time. That lets Kiriki short rest a little bit to get her health back up. And, Kiriki is gonna, like, while she's healing, she's gonna, like, almost sit, like, crisscross applesauce on the ground with her hands in her hand, meditating with her eyes closed. And she's gonna start speaking in a language that is very not right sounding. And I don't think anyone knows this language. So.
You never know, maybe I know it.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Common.
Okay.
Jesus.
It's not common.
I speak abyssal, infernal, common, and primordial.
No.
I speak common, celestial, giant, and abyssal.
I like that you speak giant, but no.
That's random as shit.
I love
Yeah,
it.
right.
She just starts yelling out in giant, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Where'd the giant come from?
Just start cursing at us.
Is Kiriki up to something here, or are you just... doing
Kiriki
something?
is praying to Hecate for guidance and relaying the situation back to her of what has happened, what they're trying to do, and ask for some insight.
How long after you guys go to sit down or whatever do you start doing this?
I would say Kiriki starts immediately.
Okay.
In Malachi, since that's what their plan is, he's going to sit down with the Staff of Power and spend that hour attuning.
They get short rests also, so I was about to start healing up the monsters. So I mean that's also a risk you take whenever you take a break, is that everybody is going to heal. So Kiriki, give me a few details of what you say.
The party can't understand her as she's mumbling in a strange language, but essentially it's along the lines of, we're here to help you, my lady, and help Olympus win this war. I'm doing as I was sent to do, but this encampment turned out to be more than we thought. I ask for your assistance, or a guide, and some knowledge of ways to go about this without ending ourselves here.
All right. So you haven't rolled your hit dice yet. And that's role playing. So you feel your wounds pulse, like your blood is hot, and you almost feel like it hurts more. And you open your eyes and you can see the cuts are actually opening, like the one you did on your hand. It looks like it's splitting further down your finger. And you hear this whisper beside you. And Aldora, because your passive perception is so high, I'm going to say you also hear it, but maybe you're not really sure where it's coming from or what it is. But Kiriki, you hear this whisper that says, "What would you give me for these answers?"
I have already given my loyalty and my life. You tell me what you wish for, and it is yours, as always.
You see your wounds splitting, opening more, and you see blood coming out. And you hear the, like, inhale as if someone's breathing through their nose. And she says, "Your loyalty is so delicious. I'm gonna go look around." And you feel a bit of wind past you. And you see your wounds starting to close up.
She's gonna, like, rub the wound on her hand that opened and closed a little bit, because now it's starting to itch.
Yeah. As one does, yeah.
So.
All right. So looking down there, there's one fiery creature, because all three of the creatures that were outside the couple cage and the monster cage, they're all dead. So there's one creature, a fiery one, that moved from by the ramp to in front of the couple cage. And so that one is standing there, and you see like almost a blue flash. And again, Aldora, because your passive perception is like 19 or something crazy, I'm going to say you slightly notice this out of the corner of your eye and kind of start paying attention. But you see that one, Kiriki, start looking around, and then it actually just kind of starts wandering around. Like it looks inside the cage,
where the monsters were. It opens the cage door, closes it back, walks over to the cage where the men are. You see the monster, or I'm sorry, you see the fiery creature that's by that one, kind of looking at it, and they kind of look at each other, and then just wanders off. You see it walks over past the couple cage, and it actually looks like it talks to them. Like, you see the woman backing up, and you see the man, he stops grabbing the cage, and he just kind of stands there, and it looks like they're having a conversation of some kind. And then you see the fire creature move over to the ruins and just kind of look in and then go back to being in front of the couple cage. And you see the blue flash again. And then you hear in kind of this echo around you, Kiriki, you hear this interesting. And then you don't hear anything else. Kiriki, you don't have to spend any hit dice. Your wounds keep automatically closing. And it's almost kind of a weird way because your blood seeps back into the wound as the wound closes. Kind of like you're hitting rewind on it. And you feel pretty okay after a few minutes.
Like, full HP okay, or just back to where I was after those spells okay?
Full HP okay.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you still got the itching because she's not like chaotic good or anything, but...
Yeah, that's fair.
Aldora, do you say or ask anything about these things you kind of saw and heard? Or are you just like, this place is weird?
Well, whenever she first hears the voice, she is obviously just, like, kind of stunned and looking around. But whenever seeing the flashes, she'll notice it, but she won't really say anything. She's just gonna kind of silently watch and observe.
Mm-hmm. Like when you see somebody come out of the bathroom with toilet paper stuck to their foot, you just kind of watch and don't say anything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Tell people.
You do?
Yes.
No, I never do, no. They should be checking before they leave the bathroom. It's not my fault that they're amusing. Alright, so you finish attuning to the staff. Andrak, did you want to do anything in this time?
He does a sick backflip.
Fair enough. Palace will actually ask you about your weapon.
Oh shit, oh no.
Well, because she has these two small swords. Kiriki has small swords. Malachi is weird and meditating with his stick. And then Aldora uses a mace. So she likes swords, but she's never seen one as large and as big as yours. And so it's not like detailed questions like, hey, did you have to kill a man for it? Well, actually, that's not true, she might. But she's like, is it heavy? Is it hard to swing? Have you ever tried to jump and swing? She's a very curious person.
Edric would entertain the questions, but they would all be basically yes, no, yes. One word answers. He does not go into explanation. It is just yes, no.
Fair enough.
I mean, he does not sheath the damn thing. It is always either resting on his shoulder or he has it slightly stabbed into the ground.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Where the fuck would he get a sheath for this damn thing?
Have one made.
He doesn't have time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
So yeah, anytime anybody sees him, he's either holding it or it's resting somewhere near him.
Alrighty. Right after you attune to the staff, Mr. Malachi, you guys are going to see something. I'm sorry. Malachi and Kiriki will not, because they don't see anything unless it's pointed out. Andrak, what's your passive perception?
16.
Okay, that's pretty good, yeah. So Aldora, and then followed closely by Andrak, you guys see a woman in kind of a brown dress with bare arms and shoulders, with brown flowing hair behind her that's kind of curly, and these deep blue eyes with a very fancy headdress on. But she's see-through, almost like she's not really there. But she looks like she's walking barefoot down the mountain. And it looks like she just kind of walked out of the mountain itself and just kind of appeared there. And you see her looking around, and her face looks very angry. Aldora, do you want to roll a religion check?
See. 23.
23. Okay. You think this might be an avatar or some kind of spirit form of Hera, Queen of the Gods, but also Queen of Childbirth, or Goddess of Childbirth. And she is looking around very angrily, and you hear this echoing scream and roar through this mountainside that almost seems to shake the ground as she yells blasphemy. And it is so loud and so high pitched, and then she looks directly at you and she disappears, and you see all around you these white spirits form and just kind of move in and out of everybody there. Malachi, Kiriki, Aldora, Andrak, Palace, and all of this is happening, and it's loud and it's shrill, and they're moving around. And Andrak, you're the only one who sees this. But as this is happening, a woman in a dress with a long hat on that kind of funnels, and then you just see a skull of a face, like a skeleton face. She appears at the end of your sword, and she runs her fingers up your sword, and then she looks at it and looks at you, and you see this skeletal face smile at you as she disappears. And then you all hear this scream from this woman that was up on the mountain before, a sing kind of voice, and she says, "Kill them all. Kill them in the name of vengeance. Kill them in the name of Hera. And then until all the demons here are dead, you are all blessed by the vengeance of Hera. And on any d20 roll you make, you have advantage.
Okay.
Until they're all dead."
Oh, hell.
No, now it's just surviving.
Yeah, you see all the demons down there kind of look like they're ready for a fight, and they're looking around. But you can see them like kind of backing up a little bit. They look a little afraid of what happened.
Malachi like gets done attuning to the staff, kind of holds it in his hands, looks up at all this, and says, "Well, I guess that's as good a sign as any. Are we going for it?"
We will do it in her name. He grips his sword harder.
You never want to anger her. And they just did.
Yeah, I think we're moving in, boss. I think this is the cry to battle.
All right.
So we were canonically to the west directly, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Did y'all move back up to the space, or did you want to go to the south, west again, or? where
We're
do you wanna
over. We were started over by the pile of bodies, right? That's still where we were.
Yeah.
We have to move
Yeah.
from there.
The big pit.
Alright. So, we're jumping the first guy we see, which is the big gray guy at the top.
Yeah, Andrak's
Alright.
100% gonna jump him. Andrak is been told to kill shit by the Queen of the Gods. He's gonna do exactly that.
Yep.
Yeah, and you guys see Palace just kind of like standing there frozen. Like, she is not saying anything, she's not reacting, she just looks afraid. Very afraid. I think now is a good time for you to join the initiative. So if you all would please roll initiative.
Is
I
that with
think I'd love to do
advantage?
that.
Yes.
Alright, I had to double check because every d20 we roll is with advantage.
Every d20. I saw that, Macy. Oh, wait. I gotta roll for Palace. Palace had a bad opening. I hope you guys did better. Dora, how did you do?
I got a natural 20.
For a...
21.
I just wanted you to say it. Malachi.
It is a 17.
Nice. And Drac?
23.
23.
He is ready to
Kiriki?
murder shit.
I got a 14.
Yeah. Badass. All right. Hold on. I guess this button. Okay, everybody's in there. Oh. This may be the only time I ever see Andrak at the top of initiative.
I mean, he has a decent...
Mm-hmm.
We will say that you guys were able to sneak up a little bit to be closer, because I didn't want this map to be insanely large. So I'm going to just put you close enough to this creature to go ahead and run up and attack it. You are roughly 35 feet away. Do you need me to repeat any part of this map, or do you think you got it?
I got it.
I'm good.
Most of the fire creatures that died are only around the cages itself. Most of the purple guys were able to heal up a little bit during the rest. But they are afraid, so that's not going to work. I probably should see if the sleeping pile woke up during that. Nope. They're fired, for sure. Okay. Wow, they really sleep hard. They slept through
Party
2
hard,
battles.
sleep hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Andrak, you are 35 feet away from this guy. You know a few things they can do. What do you want to do?
It says I'm about 30 feet.
I'm saying 35 as a general for everybody. If you can make it, you can
The
make
group.
it. Yeah.
He's bolting forward with his greatsword in hand, and he's going to run up with the blade facing forward and try to impale this man upon a greatsword. So dashing,
Do this
not
now.
not doing the dash action, and then he's going to swing, aka
All right.
try to stab this man.
Remember, you have advantage, and you're probably going to hit. Can I put... I'm going to use our... Learn how to use roll 20.
That is a 22 to hit.
The 22 does hit.
As he impales him, he's gonna rip it out and come down with a downward slant. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got that. Good. Second swing is a 16 to hit.
Unfortunately, a 16 will not hit. I mean, you hit it, but it's got some thick-ass demon hide. And demon hide is hard to penetrate. Unless you buy it a drink first, if you know what I mean. No?
That's not Antrak's way.
No.
He
Oh,
everything. He just stabs things. That will be 12 points of slashing damage as he does impale him from the first swing. And his sword gets a little bit caught, but he retracts it, and he is in front of this demonic creature.
Alrighty.
And that will be his turn, because he doesn't have a bonus action to do.
Alright. That one hurts. He yells out in pain. He says, "Oof!" Alright, Aldora, somehow you're next. Still going before everybody else. What would you like to do? You and then Ethan, don't forget. This creature is still in front of you. He's not exactly healthy, but he's doing alright. He's a big boy.
So, Aldora is going to hold up her mace in the air. She casts Crusader's Mantle.
That sounds like a really cool spell.
The mace starts glowing in a golden light as the light kind of spreads into a 30-foot radius.
Mm-hmm.
So, holy power radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius, awakening boldness and friendly creatures. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. While in the aura, each non-hostile creature in the aura, including you, deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage when it hits with the weapon attack.
So you're trying to say that if you're angry with yourself that day, that you're not going to get the bonus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so everybody who does damage, with melee or with anything?
I think it's just with melee.
Alright.
Let me just. Radiant damage when it hits with a weapon attack.
Oh, okay, so ranged or melee. Everybody remember that?
Yo.
They don't look like they're friends of Radiant, so that could help. Alright, what do you want Ethan to do? Oh, do you have any bonus actions you want to do or move?
Yeah, I don't want to waste any of my special stuff at the moment because this is probably going to be a very long combat. I don't know.
Yes.
So I'm going to just end my turn there.
Alright, what do you want Ethan to do?
Okay, let me pull up his stuff. He has 50 feet of movement. So I know for a fact that he can at least get up there and do a chompa.
Do you want him to go by it, or do you want him to use his little arms to try to grapple it?
Those little arms are not going to do anything other than look adorable, so he's going to go chompa.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be funny.
You're damn right they do.
Quick question. Because she has the mantle, and if Ethan is in the mantle, does he also get the radiant damage when he bites?
Yes.
Nice.
But that was supposed to be a 10. But the higher attack was a 27 to hit.
Alrighty. A 27 does hit. Somehow.
Okie dokie.
You see this creature looking up. You see its eyes go wide as this Tyrannosaurus Rex stomps up to it Andrak, you think it's never seen something like this before?
The holy Munch.
The launch of the gods.
The Munch of Athena.
So, Ethan is gonna run up with
Uh-huh.
his little tiny arm, do a little wave, and grin as he does 28 damage.
You
Don't
forgot
forget
the
the
radiant.
D4.
Yeah.
Plus,
Hey,
uh,
that D4 could make a difference. It could make it an even 30, so it's easier math.
plus 3
Damn.
radiant damage.
All right, so 31 points of damage, 3 radiant. I'm gonna say you don't notice if the radiant does extra damage or not, just because it took so much fucking damage. It'd be hard to to narrow that shit down. That's just an opinion, though. I could be. I just, it's like trying to.
Radiant play as he bites.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks like he has all the golden teeth.
Divine bite. Divine bite.
I do like that. That is pretty funny. You should have Ethan multi-class next time y'all level.
He multi-classes into Paladin of Athena.
I'm against it, but I like it at the same time. I have mixed feelings on this.
Oh, that would be
You think
so
it would
fun.
be fucking
I know.
funny,
That would be
but
funny.
Kind of has to happen just because.
Can't wait till we get that Athena sponsorship deal armor for the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Athena, please sponsor.
please sponsor the dinosaur.
Oh, this poor dude. So one of the ones on the other side of this ramp by the palisade, he kind of hears what's going on, but he's too small to see over the ramp, so he just kind of like gets to the top of it, and then that's his whole turn. The one of the big gray guys that's on the right side of the ramp, the other side of you guys, he does get over it decently easy because he's a larger creature, and then he runs down the other side, but he's not really able to get that far because mechanics. Malachi, it is your turn. You see them kind of getting closer, but it is a very large distance. The one who ran over that ramp is still 130 feet from you guys, give or take.
Well, it sounds like a good time to start doing some bad stuff to these guys. So just to really lay it on them, Malachi is going to cast Hex as a bonus action on the one that's closest to us.
Seems like a pretty good idea.
So that's Hex on that one, and then he's going to move up to it, kind of to the side of it, since it's facing, I'm sure, Andrak and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. He is going to kind of run up to the side of it, and after his Hex is placed, basically as he's running his scythe out, he kind of does like a hand movement, and his eyes kind of glow a reddish color, and the lowercase theta appears on the back of the monster as it is hexed, and then he's going to take his 2 scythe attacks on it once he closes.
Alrighty.
A bunch of rolls coming your way. All right. Good thing I got advantage. That first swing is a 27 to hit.
Oh, yeah. That hits real good.
Okay, I'm going to roll both. Does he look like I should roll damage first, or should I roll both attacks?
He's still doing pretty good.
All right, I'll roll both attacks. Again, good thing I have advantage. It's 25 for the second hit.
Yes, sir. That'll do.
All right. Total of 26 points of damage, 3 radiant, 3 necrotic.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's on every melee attack for the radiant damage.
Oh, did you only roll it once?
Yes, I did. So actually, does that apply for Hex as well? Yeah, it does. So, gotta uno momento. So that's an additional 3 points: 1 radiant, 2 necrotic.
All right, done and done. He's looking pretty hurt.
Malachi,
Very hurt.
basically, he hits him with the Hex, and then he runs up, kind of slides to a stop, and just spins around twice with the scythe, slashing him on its back twice.
All right, Kiriki, it is your turn. You see Palace directly to your left. She's smiling, and you see water starting to drip down her and onto her weapons.
Is that towards me or just in general?
I mean, she's pretty much always smiling, but sure. She'll look at you and
Alright.
smile. Why not? She didn't see you eat that creature.
I'll also, sorry, the attribute that I'm hexing for that monster is going to be strength.
Alrighty. All right, Kiriki. Kill it.
Kiriki is going to move up towards it.
Yeah.
And on this side.
You're gonna help it kill Ethan?
No.
Oh, whatever.
Kiriki has lots of respect for the dinosaur man. Alright, first swing. Yeah.
Advantage, radiant, blah blah.
Yeah, first attack. Oh my god, I have. First one is a 27.
Yes.
The second one.
I'm sorry?
The second one is a 28. And the last one, with my bonus action, is a natural 20. Hold on, let me roll with
I'm
advantage
sorry.
and see.
It doesn't hit.
Yeah? Natural 20
It's too
for
high.
28? Oh. Okay.
You have to roll lower.
Alright, so go ahead and roll 3 damages, and the third one is the one we're going to apply to the percent table.
Okay.
Or a crit table.
I'm gonna roll the first 2.
Kevin, you got it?
You know it, Todd.
That was poor English, but you got it.
First attack does 12 damage.
Oh, okay, yeah, you feel it burning inside emotionally.
Second attack
Max
is
radiant.
9.
Jeez.
I'm rolling just 1 damage
Oh.
dice.
Hey,
and
but
then
you got
the last,
max radiant on the first.
Yeah, the last attack. No, 12 points of slashing, 6 points of radiant.
So as you hit him, he looks very hurt. But this is your crit, so I'm not going to minus it from his hit points yet. Go ahead and roll the percent. Let's see if you kill him. This savage attack.
77.
Oh, Jesus.
I think that's a good one.
Leg
It's a
removed at knee. Opponent falls.
Damn, kind of took his job there. Okay. Damn. Okay.
So I cut off his leg?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You
so
moved his leg at his knee. Which knee, though? He's got, like, those
left.
animal knees.
the highest knee. Kiriki, after y'all have did all your damage, Kiriki runs up behind y'all, slashes twice, and then with her offhand, which I would like to think that Kiriki is left-handed. So with her right hand, she slashes low and just slashes like right at the top part of his like animal knee, the highest.
He is just barely alive.
Okay.
Jeez.
I didn't completely cut off his leg. We can have it where it's like dislocated.
A dangler?
Mm-hmm. Even worse.
Alright.
He's just like, my leg!
Like she popped that knee out of socket.
Damn. Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about something. Alright, so that guy... a small amount of hit points, but he's still alive. The sleeping group... Let me just look. Roll their perception. That's a natural 4. Well, they are just having a good old time dreaming of, something real pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a waste of a turn. Palace is gonna kind of jog up beside you, Malachi, and you can see the water dripping, and her hair is dripping the water very heavily. She looks like somebody who's been running for about 8 miles. She looks like she's sweating profusely, and you can see these kind of tattoos that are over here, her in runes, that are celestial and primordial both. You see they're glowing, and she go ahead and just swings at this guy. I'm not gonna use anything cool because he's all about dead. Yeah, okay, so her first hit she rolled pretty decently. So she just kind of runs up and she's like, what is this? And she just kind of like sinks her short sword into the back of its neck as it is leaning down after the leg cut, and she executes it. And you see its body fall to the ground. And she just kind of looks around at the group, a little bit afraid. What are these things?
They will be dead.
All right.
Said. Malachi turns and puts his attention on the ones to the east that are coming towards them.
I mean, I guess she'll hold like her normal attack, and I'll just say that was her bonus action that she used there. Because that was kind of a waste, but nobody's going to be able to make it to you guys. So she holds the rest of her attacks. After that, the guy beside the ramp runs up to the party also. But, oh wait, no. He gets roughly 30 feet away from the party, so he's not really able to attack you guys. It looks like he just kind of dashed at y'all. After that is one on the other side of the camp. He runs closer, not getting too far. It'll take him a few turns to get to you guys, but you can see him kind of heading your way a little bit. Another one on the other side of the ramp, one of those little fiery guys. He runs up to the ramp to join his friend, and he just kind of peers over, and you can see his eyes go wide as he's like, "Fuck, what is that?" I guess not gonna do anything. The gray guy to the south of the cages, he runs up to be between the cages, and he kind of goes to the north side, and he's staring at you guys even though you're pretty far away, but he stays by the cages. He doesn't go any closer or look like he's going to. One of the... Oh, you can't see. There's a gray-skinned guy on the other side of the ramp who's going to move closer, but he can't really do anything right now. One of the gray-skinned guys that was south of the ruined building, it moves up to be between the trench of bodies and the ruined building, full of women. And it looks like he's moving towards you guys, but he can't really get to you. One of the fiery guys outside of the cage, he looks towards the gray-skinned one, and then just kind of moves closer to the cage, not moving away from it. One of the fire dudes that was at the bottom of the ramp, he moves closer, but he doesn't. Oops, but he doesn't do anything. And that is the end of the round. Andrak, it is your turn. You saw the one run closer. He is roughly 30 feet away from you. You can make it to him. And yeah, he's about really the only one you can do anything with.
Well, sadly, he's about 40 feet away from me.
Oh, that's Malachi, my bad. I gotta zoom back in.
Well, I mean, Andrak will start running forward, dragging his sword. Let's see. Right there. He can get to. He runs past Malachi and Palace as he, for the first time ever, will grab off his hand axes. Both as he kind of stabs the sword into the ground, and he's going to throw both hand axes.
Oh.
Hit him.
Well, actually, you can only throw one.
Oh, that's fine. He'll still throw a hand axe.
Yeah, so it's weird, but with the interact action, you get one.
If you have 2 attacks, you can't make 2 attacks with thrown weapons?
No, because you have to get them. Like, if you already have them in your hands, then you can. But if they're, like, on your belt or something like that, then you have one interact action, one blah blah.
That's a 26 to hit?
A 26 will hit. Jesus. This actually...
Sadly, the damage is piss poor, but it's a hand axe. What do you expect? As he just chucks it for 9 points of slashing damage, almost max. He just sets the sword down, grabs a hand axe, and chucks it. It lands between his, I guess, pectoralis muscles, and it's just sticking there like a throwing target. And Andrak grabs back, like, is about to grab back up his sword, and he just points at it like, "You're mine, bitch."
I mean, that's a good chunk of damage, so, yeah.
That'll
Anything
be
else?
his turn, because he can't really do much else. Unless he
Fair.
uses action to grab his second hand axe and chuck it.
Alright. Aldora, you are pretty far from it. If you want to move up to move your aura towards it, it's roughly 70 feet away from you. So you won't be able to really swing at it with your mace or anything, but you could at least move up to it.
Sorry, I'm just double checking. What square was it? Okay, so it's right at the... Okay. I'm going to do something slightly different. Okay. She's going to point her mace at the little demon thing there
Uh-huh.
as she casts Guiding Bolt.
Oh, well, this is a fun one. I haven't seen this in a while. Let's see if you
Flashlight.
have the same look.
Eh.
Mavar used to make some kills with this thing. Go ahead and roll with advantage to hit him.
Does 19 hit?
A 19 does hit.
Okay, sweet. So, that is going to be 46.
46? No, I'm just kidding.
That would be a pretty mean hit. If you just wanted to do 46, that'd actually be pretty cool.
22
22. I'm
Still
gonna give
really
you a
good
hint.
roll.
points of radiant damage.
You hear this thing cry out in pain, and it seems like that hurt a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna hurt a lot more because that was the end of my turn, and you know what the fuck's up next.
No, tell me.
Itty bitty, tiny arms, itty bitty, tiny bane, big body.
So Ethan squishes this fallen creature in front of it as it just kind of stomps over it and then stomps its way towards the gray-skinned feller.
Yoink.
Well, goodbye hand axe. I'm not keeping that apparently.
It still has the next attack roll against the target for the end of the next turn has advantage.
Ethan has advantage anyway, it's fine.
He has double advantage.
He has advantage. Stop it.
Double advantage in the thing.
Damn. 17?
A 17 is a hit.
Oh, okay. Had me worried there.
It's my one job. I feel like this is about to hurt.
24.
Holy fuck. That's a hell of a hit. Alright. It is hurting.
I was gonna say, if the enemy's not a large creature, it's grappled. But I don't know if it's a large creature.
Oh.
He looks kind of big.
He is large.
Looks like he
Okay.
takes up 4 squares.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Alrighty. After that, it is... Oh, the guy on the other side of the ramp's turn. He's gonna hoof it. Can he get close enough to throw a javelin? Not even close. So the one that was on the other side of the ramp, the little fiery guy, that ramped to see what's going on, he keeps running. And you see as he's running, he pulls this like fiery javelin out of his stomach.
Ooh.
One of the gray-skinned fellows that was on the other side of the ramp that ran closer, he runs up to be right beside his buddy, but he cannot act on this turn. So he is beside him, there to help defend him, but he can't really do anything yet. He just runs up beside Ethan. Malachi, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Malachi is a man of
Taste.
yeah, I think he's kind of trying to make sure that we get one dead before he starts working on the others. So he's gonna move up to the other side of Ethan. And he's going to attack the one that's already been hit and weakened by Aldora's blast. He's going to move his hex to it as he runs up to it as well for a bonus action.
So I don't know if you care, but if you run up to that one, you will not be in her aura.
Yeah, I will. From where I'm
You
at
will.
right now. She's
Oh
30
shit,
feet
you have
aura.
reach. That's right.
Yeah, I got reach.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Got that 10-foot south.
My bad.
It's all good. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and charge in there and start making his swings.
Oh, good. Okay.
First attack. First hit's only a 14.
I mean, you're still getting used to the whole reach of this thing. You lean into it and manage to not hit this 8-foot tall, 4-armed creature.
Second attack is an 18.
That will hit though.
Okay. So that's...
So it's fighting a T-Rex and death.
That's a total of 18 points of damage, 4 radiant,
Jesus.
6 necrotic.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, so he just runs in. Yeah, like he like slides the scythe to like the very end of the pole, and then just like does 2 like thrusts with it, kind of using the back end of the sharpened blade to slash at its like sides and arms. And that's my turn.
Alrighty. You do see it's bleeding profusely, this thick black blood that you've seen quite a few times now. So it is very, very wounded. Kiriki, it is your turn. But what do you want to do?
Things probably. No,
How dare you.
I can't reach any of them. Well, with my sword, I can't. But I am gonna move as close as I can, about 30 feet. Where's 30 feet? Right next to Malachi. But I can't cast any spells from, or like I can't hit him from where I'm at.
Mhm.
But I might have a spell. Maybe.
What spell are you thinking? Do you want to cast invisibility on the demon?
Oh,
Let it get advantage on its next attack? That'd be cool.
right.
The one that is right of Malachi and Ethan is the one that's taken the most damage so far.
Okay.
Yes.
At first level, Kiriki is going to draw her blade, one of her scimitars, across her leg, and this is something she has done before. Take damage. Yeah.
The demon looks confused.
8 points to myself as I cast Blood Spear,
Wow.
and I'm gonna
Nice
hurl
damage.
it at the one who is looking the worst. Not the one right in front of
Alrighty.
me, but the one right in front of, I guessed, Malachi.
Yes, ma'am. Don't forget you have advantage.
Yeah.
Is this a spell attack or is it the spear?
It's a spell attack.
All
So
right.
I have to throw it. So she uses her, she just cuts herself to draw the thing, but she still has to, yeet it. So that's a 25 to hit.
25 will hit. Yes, ma'am.
So that's 2 points of piercing damage. Oh, I guess it would be 10 points of piercing damage, and then 1 point of necrotic damage.
Ow.
And yes, it's
No,
dead.
keep going. No, it's not dead.
Okay. I haven't done this yet, but when damaging any enemy within 60 feet with a bonus action, you can cause blood to ooze from their wounds, creating a pool around them. So as Kiriki hits it with the spear, his blood will start to drip and a pool will form, and it lasts for 10 minutes. And it is difficult terrain. 5 feet. So literally just under them.
Huh. So, under him?
Mhm.
Or that? Okay. So there is a pool of blood that forms under him. That's creepy.
Yeah,
Both of the demons are looking at you confused because you ran up, hurting yourself.
Mhm.
And now there's a pool of blood under them.
Well, I mean,
It's
he
weird.
took some damage.
You're a scary lady.
And that's the end of my turn, because I can't do anything with that pool of blood this turn.
Oh, okay. The sleeping pile still sleeps. I don't know why I bother rolling. They haven't rolled above a 5. Palace will run in between Kiriki and Malachi and up to the demon that ran up to be with his friend. As she runs past you both, she'll say, "Excuse me," and then just kind of squeeze in between you two. And she can't really do anything cool. So I guess she's just going to swing. So you see her swing 4 times. And you see all of them connect, and she does a decent amount of damage. But I have to add the 1d4 and then all her damage. So I'm going to go ahead and keep moving on. So the one that's almost dead is going to go ahead... Ethan or Malachi? Does it have reach? I'll answer it real quick. Oh, it doesn't actually. How much damage did you do, Malachi? You did like 14, right?
18.
18, I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, he's just gonna go for Ethan. Alright. Ethan does a natural 20 hit. Never mind. So the bite is gonna do 39 points of piercing damage. First claw is a 20 to hit, second claw is a 27 to hit. Looks so good.
The music I'm playing for myself just got really somber, and I don't like this.
The music playing is kind of epic. I can faintly hear it. It's really nice.
I changed it up recently. The first claw does 25 points of slashing damage. The second claw does 22 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
This thing, bleeding profusely, refuses to die without doing something before it does. But Malachi, you are very close to it, and you see this happen to this large creature next to you.
Malachi just kind of glances at these attacks hitting this giant lizard, kind of grimaces a little bit, and then just keeps going.
Yeah, could be you.
Could be.
It's not, but could be. All right. So one of the gray-skinned creatures from across the way makes its way towards the bottom of the ramp, still heading towards you guys. One of the fiery guys that had crawled to the top of the ramp makes its way a little bit closer. He stays there. He stays there. That guy's guarding the cages. That guy's still running up, but he's not going to get very far.
You don't know about him yet, because he's so far away. The one to the south of you, between the ruins and the trench. That was a weird way to say that word. He moves up, not quite to you guys, but he's getting decently close. He's on the other side of the group of trees, immediately to your right. So the next round might or might not be able to make some attacks. And the fiery guy that was by the trees, he goes ahead, and he's going to move up. And you know what? I'm going to exclude Kiriki because she's behind two people. So I'm going to roll 1d3. Athan, Malachi, and then Palace. And then I'm going to see
No, include me. I want to be hit.
who he attacks. Palace. Shit. I don't ever like killing my own NPCs, but... Oh shit, 19 to hit. That'll hit. And he does... decent amount of damage. Alright. So, Malachi and Kiriki, you see this, like, fiery javelin fly through the air and hit Palace in the shoulder. You see it kind of sizzle a little bit against her wetness. She just says, ow.
Malachi, kind of ducking the way of the javelin as it flies past him, turns. He's like, "The fiery ones have spears."
She says, thank you.
I was mostly talking to the other ones in our party who are still behind us.
Oh, okay, sorry. Misunderstood. And on that note, you see it pull another javelin out of its stomach made of fire. So that's always fun. But we're at the top of round 3. Andrak, what do you want to do? You got 2 in front of you. The one on the right's almost dead, but he's on the other side of Malachi and Athan. But you can also squeeze through, or squeeze by Malachi and Athan, getting that one empty square.
If he were to like slide, he's done it before, to slide between Athan and try to position himself between the gray thing and the fiery one. Could he do that?
You know what? I think it'd be fun to see you try. Go ahead and roll an athletic or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics? Are
Yeah.
you sure he can't do a backflip through it? Hold on, what is his acrobatics roll? Oh,
Probably
just
do a
plus
backflip over Athan. The way that man backflips.
the
True.
way this man backflips. But he does have advantage. 9.
With advantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 6 and a 3.
Alright. So you kind of hear Eye of the Tiger playing, like... da-da-da, da-da-da-da, and you go ahead and you run, and you slide, and you run right into one of his legs. And you just see Athan kind of look down a little bit. And he's like, the fuck? And you are stopped just behind his legs. 10 feet of movement used.
Edric shakes his head, and he just... Ugh. As he fixes his helmet, as he realizes one of the eye holes was wrong. Then he'll just squeeze between Athan's thick leg and Malachi, and he'll be like, "Pardon, Malachi, I need you to step to the side." And he'll just gently shove.
You're getting in the way.
No,
Damn
get
it.
out of my way.
Hi!
Fucking Palace.
Hello,
Alright, you got 1 damaged on your right. I will say you can kill him. This round, if you attack him, he did.
He's going to swing at the one on the right
Uh-huh.
first.
Oh, yeah. Take him out.
To
I don't know why
dinner.
that sounded so sensual.
It was almost a nat 1, but it's a 28 to hit.
28 does hit.
And is he within range for the funny thing? No, he is out of range. So just his funny greatsword. He has not actually used any radiant damage, but that's going to be 11 points of slashing damage.
11 points of slashing damage.
As he just like squeezes by and then he looks at it and then he stabs it in the throat with his greatsword.
Do you get 2 attacks?
I do get 2 attacks. He's
Okay,
dead.
good. No, it's still alive.
Okay, he's going to then come back.
Sorry, I expected higher.
He was busy squeezing.
That's fair.
24 to hit.
24 will hit. Come on, Andre.
He stabs it in the throat, and then he comes back with a uppercut swing. 16 points of damage. That's much better.
And that uppercut swing cuts its face in half as you kill it.
He's splitting skulls again. I'll
God,
say
I have
that
a
adjusting his
splitting
helmet
headache.
was his bonus action, so that will be Andrak's turn as he just preps to swing again on the next turn.
Fair enough. That one dies, falling to the ground. Adora?
See.
¿Cómo está?
So, seeing how Ethan got pretty dang hurt, she's going to use, Cure Wounds at 2nd level on Ethan.
Alright.
Or not Cure Wounds, it was, I meant Healing Word, sorry. Oh,
No,
why
it's
I was
okay.
thinking
I
of
wouldn't
Cure
want to use the
Wounds.
good spells on him either. It's fine. Whatever.
I'm trying to keep my
He's just your friend.
distance.
It's fine. No. He carries you around. You ride on him. He lets you saddle him. But no. It's fine. I'm just kidding with you.
Yeah, but I have a guilty conscience, dude.
He just kind of looks back at you.
Still gonna be casting a Healing Word at 2nd level.
Alright.
Okay. I'm having like a blank slate, so I think I'm doing this correctly. 11
You are doing it correctly now.
points of healing.
Alright.
Okay.
What does the healing word of Athena through Adora's mouth sound like?
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to words, I'm not good at that.
Shit.
I can describe stuff, but not words.
Oh no. Words. My enemy. No, you're good.
Truthfully, yes.
Alright. Is there any... do you want to move up any?
Yeah, she's gonna move up to... Oh, right here. And then... Because that was the bonus action, still keeping her distance, she's gonna take out the light crossbow and try to hit.
Alright. I can go the distance.
It was a 25 hit.
Yes, ma'am.
Sweet.
Is that almost a crit?
Almost.
Nice.
It was plus a 1d4 radiant, right? In Crusaders.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ew, dang. 4 points of damage.
Wow.
1 being radiant.
Fair
Double
enough.
radiant.
He says, oh,
It's something.
Shrug.
fair enough. Ethan, the one that attacked him is dead. There is a fiery fellow to his right, and then there's the one in front of Andrak Malachi Palace to Ethan's left.
Okay. It's going to gird around and do a bite.
Bite it. Bite's nuts.
Natural 20!
Uh-oh.
Fuck yeah, Ethan. I've been waiting for this for so long.
I could have kept waiting for it. I don't know if that's obvious or not, but I'll go ahead and say it.
Do you want me to roll damage, or...?
So roll double damage, which is a lot. And I'm just going to sit here and have my calculator ready because I will not be able to do this in my head. Is he within the radiant? Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't forget to add 2d4 to the whatever the fuck it is.
It's a 4d12. So would it
So
be an
then
8d12, or...?
It'll be 8d12 plus 2d4 plus the strength.
I don't know if I was supposed to double the 7, but I did not.
Okay. No, you weren't.
Okay, good thing I
Okay,
didn't.
so how much damage did Ethan do?
71.
Oh my god! Holy fuck buckets.
Is it dead?
Holy shit. Oh man. I am excited to see what the 1d100 is going to be
Oh yeah.
next week.
What? Oh shit, it's already time? Damn.